Hey, you may or may not be aware that across the country there is a large abundance of unwanted pets. Shelters all over the country are constantly overloaded with animals and not knowing what to do with them. When an animal goes to a shelter, there are many dilemmas the shelter has to face on what to do with the animals. There are costs associated with feeding, sheltering, and caring for these animals. When there is overpopulation, many shelters also absorb the cost and sadness of euthanizing the ones they can't afford to keep or don't have room for. I wanted to provide you a few statistics about shelter populations and adoption rates at shelters. I got these statistics from the Humane Society of the United States about adoption rates in shelters. There's 6 to 8 million cats and dogs in shelters each year. 25% of the dogs are purebred dogs. 3 to 4 million cats and dogs actually get adopted from the shelters. 2.7 million adoptable dogs and cats get euthanized each year. Only 30% of dogs actually end up getting reclaimed by their owners, and only 2 to 5% of cats get reclaimed by their owners. As you can see by these numbers, there's an overwhelming problem. I am not here to say that spaying and neutering pets is the only way to help with the population problem in shelters. I'm also not going to say that the only benefit of spaying and neutering pets is to reduce animal shelter populations. I just want to make sure you understand the overwhelming problem of unwanted pets and one of the number one things we can do to help by being responsible pet owners. Another thing I would like to point out is that these numbers are just reported by animal shelters. There is also a population of stray cats and dogs that never make it into a shelter. My name is Janet Kravetz. I am the proud owner of 3 cats. I have owned dogs in the past. All of my cats are spayed. I have had an experience with a cat that was not spayed. And what happened is she came in heat, became pregnant, and we ended up with 6 kittens and nowhere to give them. I am now an advocate for spaying and neutering your pets. During my presentation, I'm going to cover what spaying and neutering a cat or dog really is. I will address behavioral reasons why it is good to spay and neuter your pets. I'm going to explain to you what spaying and neutering actually is. The term spay is what is used on a female cat or dog. The procedure involves removing the animal's ovaries, fallopian tubes, and uterus. This procedure makes it impossible for the animal to become pregnant. The term neuter is used when talking about male cats and dogs. This procedure involves removing the animal's testicles and castration. When a male is neutered, it is sterile, therefore cannot create pregnancy in a female animal. Now that I have given you the information on exactly what spay and neuter means, I will now talk about the benefits in behavior when you spay and neuter your pets. There are 3 behavioral benefits associated with spaying your pets. When a cat or dog is spayed, they no longer go into heat. This in turn stops the attraction of random male animals coming, trying to find them. Animals that are in heat also leave a lot of stains and odors. When they're spayed, this is no longer an issue. When you have your male dog neutered, there are behavior benefits in the male as well. When your dog is not neutered, he can be more hyper, do a lot more chewing, run away, and overall just not be as calm. They can also be more aggressive. 90% of reported dog bites are by unneutered male dogs. Another behavior that both male dogs and cats do when they are not neutered is go on the hunt for females in heat. This is called roaming. They can smell the female from 1 to 3 miles away. When your pet is unneutered, he's more likely to go out roaming, and he may have a higher possibility of getting picked up by animal control or something bad happening to him like getting hit by a car. When you have your dog neutered, he is more likely to be less aggressive and not mark things in the house. The behavior benefits are more so in cats than dogs. They tend to be less destructive, not marked anymore in the house. They also clean themselves a lot better. Now that I've provided you reasons why it's beneficial to your pet's behavior to have it spayed or neutered, I'm going to follow up by the other benefits and reasons why it is important to have your pet spayed or neutered. If you have a purebred animal and are considering breeding the animal, I strongly encourage you to thoroughly think that decision through. There are already so many pets in shelters, and as my earlier statistics stated, there's a large amount that are purebred. It is something to think about with so many animals already needing homes if breeding your pet is truly something that you want to do. There are a few health benefits associated with spaying and neutering your pet. When a female is spayed before having a litter, it helps prevent breast cancer, uterine cancer, and uterine infections. When a male is neutered, this reduces the risk of testicular cancer, enlarged prostate glands, and perianal tumors. I've explained to you some of the health benefits to your pet when spayed or neutered. I am now going to provide some information on the cost associated. Spaying and neutering your pet does not have to be as expensive as you may think it is. The benefits in the long run can outweigh the short-term financial expenditure. There are programs in many states to help people with lower income levels to be able to have an affordable procedure for their pets. Spaying and neutering pets is something that has been advocated for a long period of time, and there are still problems. I encourage you to take all of this into consideration if you do get a pet. The shelters are overpopulated, and there are innocent animals being euthanized every day. If everyone takes action and does their best to avoid further overpopulation of animals, we can truly make a difference, and maybe one day every animal can have a permanent, loving home.